Welcome on back to the channel, guys. Today we're taking a look at the, well, I say brand new, it came out about 2 months ago, but the X-Men X Mansion set. This set came out in November of 2024. The set has 3,093 pieces and is for ages 18 and up. It's part of the Marvel Modular series. I know myself and a lot of other Lego Marvel fans have been wanting an X Mansion for years and years and years, so let's see if this one actually lives up to the hype. So the first thing I wanted to touch on is that this set is actually built on 3 different base plates. So it's built on 3 16x32 base plates, whereas the usual Marvel modulars are of course built on 1 32x32 base plate. So this one would be the sort of regular footprint of a Marvel modular, and then we have this extra 16 stud wide section here to just give the expansion a bit more of an expansion, I guess. And the main feature of the set is that it's completely modular. However, to get inside all the details, you can actually split it into 3 sections. So that's what we'll do here. I think it's best to sort of hold it in the middle and just sort of wiggle these out. They are in there quite stiff. There we are, just about got it out without destroying everything. So yeah, as you can see, splits into 3 sections. What separating that is going to do is allow easy access to the insides of the building, and it also makes transporting it a lot easier. If you need to take it somewhere else to display it somewhere else, you can just split it into 3, and it's a lot easier than carrying one whole big model. Turning to the back of the model, coming in on the right here, you can see this grey section, and what these are little walls for the danger room, but we'll get into that in a second. We've got the little basketball court here, because in the actual show, X-Men 97, they have a pool and they do have a basketball court, so it's nice to get a suggestion of that. A little ball down there. This we pull out, and then we'll show you later on in a second what it does. There's lots of little Easter eggs and references all over the building, like a Nightcrawler poster, a Dazzler poster. We've got a Toad here, obviously for Toad. There's a Pyro reference and a great X-Men Days of Future Past reference there. That same dumpster that is behind the building just continues the tradition of Lego Marvel modulars having dumpsters behind them, the yellow dumpsters, and in it we have a sword for Nightcrawler. I believe the hat is Beast, I'm not too sure. We have a coin as well, which I just can't turn around. You can sort of see the print on it when the light hits it. And that pink stud is to represent Bubblegum for Jubilee, a character that isn't in this set but probably really should have been. So just looking at the front without any minifigures on it, you can see there's lots of these new well, I think they're new, they might not be, I'm just not that over. These Technic bricks with the axle connection, and that is for the superhero jumper pieces which were introduced last year, 2020, well, it's 2025 now, so these were introduced in 2023. These just connect into there we are. So there we have Bishop jumping. It's another display option, and I think it looks really, really good. Great Bishop minifigure, we'll get into that as well. Here by the front door, now this is a little note which says Xavier's School, Charles Xavier on it. You actually put this in the base of the building, but I just thought it was a nice detail that I didn't want to just build over it, and so I never see it again. I put it here on the doorstep just so it looks like they've got a letter or something like that. And then this side of the building, we can see there's some destruction here. Now this carries on the tradition in these Marvel modular buildings where a part of the building is broken. In the Green Goblin, in the Oscorp Tower, it was of course the Green Goblin flying through the building. In the Sanctum, the walls could sort of come out, and they had like monsters and that breaking out of them. The Avengers Tower, I don't think did have any, unless you count the bit where Iron Man was jumping out the window. But here it just adds a bit of like sort of display and destruction to the scene. They do give you enough pieces here that you can actually rebuild the wall fully, so you don't have to have it broken. It just gives you that nice sort of option if you want that. I might clean it up and just build it back to normal. Coming down here, there's a Technic plate that is to connect the Sentinel to. On the Sentinel's feet, he has, well, I say it has a little pinhole, and that will just go on there, so you can connect them like so. On the top, you have this sort of dome part, and this is actually an exploding feature on the back. There's a little lever, and when you push it, oh, the whole thing crashes down, makes a massive noise and echoes through the whole house, which is very nice. Coming down here, you can see the really nice, that is a sticker unfortunately, but you know, what are you gonna do? Nice details up here. We have EST 1963, of course referencing the X-Men when they first debuted. And then just underneath, I'm gonna have to really try and get that to show you. Just on here, you can see a sign above the door as well, which is really hidden if you're not looking at it from that angle, but it's nice to have it there. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the interior of the X Mansion. So here's just giving a zoomed out bird's eye view look of the place. We have a room, sort of a little laboratory, Cerebro sort of center, and the danger room on the left. So let's have a closer look in and see what we can find. On the left hand side of the building is the danger room. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult to show you as it's up and we're looking down, so we're sort of getting a bird's eye view of it. It's hard to get in here because of all the sort of stuff they have on the side, and like I said, this is quite a small footprint. We can, let me just move this out of the way, get into these little side builds. So like I say, you've got this one here which has got some chainsaws on it. We have one right here with some rockets on it. This one here has got some lasers on it down at the bottom, and then the one at the very bottom you can see has got some fire and some sort of guns and missile pods and everything like that. So it's not the biggest danger room. So yeah, there's a couple of studs on the wall where you can get minifigures in, but like I said, it is very, very shallow. And there's a few studs on the floor where you can connect like minifigures as well. And there's a chessboard on the floor, as well as some controls and a window to actually look at what's going on in the danger room. So you can have Cyclops looking out over his X-Men to see how they're getting on in their training. The main center floor is the Cerebros area. You can see a elevator here, which is nice. There's a little sign to say lab level 1. So it's just a basically lab, and it does carry on over into the right hand side of the building with this little section here as well before the bedroom. You can see a little x-ray machine. What's really nice is if you fold this up, there's a really nice stickered part of Wolverine's skeleton showing the adamantium and the claws there. Really, really fun detail. I love it when they make these little references but like Legoify them. This side, it's a bit hard to see, but you can see the Cerebro sign here. There's also a little drawer with some videotapes in, sorry about the focus, and just a little filing cabinet sort of thing, I guess. Over here, now this is one of my favourite details in it. You can see on this trans blue piece the map of the world with all these sort of minifigures on it, which represent the mutants that Charles Xavier is looking into when he uses Cerebros. A really, really cool sticker. It's a shame that it is a clear back sticker because you do get the air bubbles underneath it, but would have loved it to be printed. But you know, it is what it is. We've got another little filing cabinet here, and a nice build for some files. I haven't seen that sort of build done before. Nice simplistic sort of one. And in here there's a cookie, and in the bottom drawer there's a syringe. So yeah, a nice little build for Cerebros. And you can of course put Charles Xavier in here. Kind of hard to do with a camera in front of you, but yeah, you can put him there, and then the actual Cerebros helmet is just here. And that is what Charles Xavier looks like with the Cerebros on his head, looking out into that. A really, really nice detail. I really like the colour of the floor in here, and just some of the details as well. I just think this is probably one of my favourite rooms in the entire set. I think this looks really, really good. The right hand side of the top floor of the X Mansion has a little lab here. Again, it's a little bit hard to get into, but you can see this open drawer using the hinge brick there. That's a really nice detail to get an open drawer, and it reminds me of the 2012 Arkham Asylum set. That is the only other time I think I've ever seen that in a Lego set, so it's a nice little callback. Speaking of callbacks, this microscope piece here is the exact same build as the parts that came with the Beast from the Marvel CMF Series 2. So it's a nice little callback to that. Unfortunately, he is not in this set. I would have really liked a Beast in a lab coat. But if you do have that minifigure, like I do here, he does fit in quite well with this sort of set. Obviously with the set, but with this scene, sorry. And we have a computer on there with a sticker on it that says Mutant Cure and the Legacy products on there. So that's really, really nice. In the bedroom, this is one of the best details in the set. We have the sad Wolverine meme where he's holding the picture of Jean Grey and Cyclops. We have a sword up high. I've heard people say this is Psylocke's sword, and then I've also heard people say it's from the Silver Samurai. I would imagine it's to do with the Silver Samurai because in this floor here you have Travel Visit Japan. Obviously Wolverine, even just that film was based in Japan a lot of the time. There's a bottle by the side of the bed, wonder what's in that. And then we have a pink bed here. On the floor, one of my favourite stickers in the entire set. This is a sticker of the original X-Men comics. Absolutely love it. I love it when it's Lego-fied like that. There was one in the Avengers Tower. I just want them to keep doing it in every single Marvel module that they do. On the side, we've got a little music box. I think in the first X-Men film, the final fight is at the Statue of Liberty, so that's a nice thing. Again, another coin there and some bubblegum for Jubilee, who is a minifigure that should be in this set. There's another bed there, and then on this one there's a calendar with Wolverine eating some hot dogs on the beach with Alkali Lake on there. So yeah, very, very nice little room. A lot of nice details packed into it. Looking at the right-hand side ground floor, we can see that there's a little grass verge here. Obviously, we've talked about this. There's a nice little street going along here to carry on with the other Marvel modulars. But this time, again, much like the left-hand side, it's got a load of damage done to it. A nice little tree here, simple build. The sign for, let me take this out of the way for you, sign for Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. I wish that was a print, but I obviously understand why they like to stick at everything. This is a really nice design for a bookshelf. This hand side, again, it's hard to see, but there's a blackboard on there that says important information, and then it's scribbled out with a picture of Wolverine hopping in the Blackbird jet and giving it a ride around. That's quite nice. There's a little globe in the corner there. Again, this is what I'm talking about with the size of the set. A classroom with 2 chairs. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Looks to me a bit more like an office. But you can get about 3-4 minifigures in here. And then on the wall, the main feature is that this slides across. So again, sorry, it is going to be a bit hard to see. But you can see a blackboard there talking about M-Day. Which is a nice little reference. We have First Class Online, which is of course a reference to X-Men First Class, and then we have Beast hanging upside down, which is really, really nice. And then on here it's sort of a who's who of characters. You can see Jubilee there again, and the third reference to Jubilee in the set, and she's even referenced in the gift for purchase. Why not just include her? I don't know why she is not in the set. It is a complete mystery to me. And we can move it across using this little vent piece on the back. And you can see that there is a warning for Sentinels on there. And what's really nice is this is actually like sort of a double reference thing, because on the back here where it says claws, when you move it across, you can see a little logo in that window for Mr. Sinister. So nice little reference. Again, it would have been nice to get him in this set, but what are you going to do? So the centre ground floor, as you can see, has these nice little columns. It's also got some doors to open, and you can walk through into the X Mansion. Sort of grass and that on the side, and a balcony up top. This is a really nice floor print here, using these tiles and the quarter tiles. Great look for the X-Men carpet there. I really, really like that. You can see signs that say class and danger room. On this side, you can see that it says it's like a little picture of Eric and Charles with the grand opening of the X Mansion. Another little plant down there, a little vase on this side, and a picture of the first class. Oh, it's a bit hard to see because it keeps focusing on other things. You can see Angel, the original Beast, Cyclops, and stuff like that in there. So really, really nice. Again, would have been nice to get a couple of them characters in here, but is what it is. Again, you can see the elevator there and a back door to the street where the dumpster is with with the little Toad reference. So yeah, nothing really too major in here, but it's a nice little lobby. It's a nice build. There's not a lot of room in here. I don't know why these chairs are really in here. I would have just had maybe a chair off to the side or something like that. But yeah, nice build. It's nice to also have like continuity of how minifigures get up and downstairs. So I really appreciate the lifts that they put in these modular sets, or the stairs in the sanctum, I guess. But yeah, and you can see that the way it connects to the other parts is through these axles. So yeah. So again, this is a little bit easier to see, but the bottom floor of the expansion on the left-hand side, this has more of the danger room in it, and it's a little bit easier to pose minifigures in this part. Actually, and then as you can see, walking down the hallway, we have one of these iconic X-Men doors with the little vault door, and you can pull this electricity box on the side, and that gives you access into the danger room. A really cool feature. We can see a newspaper on the floor that says mutant registration vote, and then a sign, or not a sign, a TV screen, again continuing the continuity from like the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower, with the same news reporter, this time mutants everywhere, and then it says Sentinels return, keeping us all safe, right? Which is a very funny picture of this news reporter who has 3 arms and is sweating because, well, he's a mutant. Again, the danger room there, you can move these out like previously said and swap them in and out for whichever ones you like. Again, then here is that front yard with this sort of destruction all around. I've knocked the tree off, but don't worry about that. And there's also these little water things that pop up on the lawn. So yeah, that's the expansion. So let's put it all back together, have a look at these minifigures and this Sentinel build, which I really love. So starting with the minifigures, looking at Magneto, he's one of my favourites in the set. I'm a big fan of this classic red and purple outfit. Love that they brought back the helmet piece. Comes with this little dish build that you can build so it looks like he's floating. Comes with some purple Power Blaster pieces as well. One of the new rubber purple capes compared to the cloth one that we saw earlier in January 2024 with this Magneto figure based on X-Men 97. They both have the same head print, as you can see, like that's the same expression. But yeah, I'm a much bigger fan of this style of Magneto with the helmet. And he does also come with an alternate hairpiece, so if you wanted to show some hair, there you go. But yeah, that's how he looks compared to the figure from January 2024. Okay, looking at Cyclops, we can see here that he comes with this bolt piece attached to this 1x1 plate with the bar piece, so it looks like he's got his hands on his visor and he's shooting his energy out. I like the torso print on this one. I really like the face expression on this one as well. And comparing him to the January 2024 figure, you can see that he's actually got leg printing now, which is really nice to see. And his hair piece is different as well. I'm not too sure why they changed it. I don't think either is accurate to the show, to be honest. I think they're both sort of the wrong colour. But yeah, I do prefer the newer one from the mansion. Now, Iceman is a little bit of a strange inclusion for me. He's not in X-Men 97, but I feel like this set is just an homage to X-Men in general. But I do like the figure. I just wish he had like transparent arms or something like that. I don't know, to me, the white is a little bit weird. Like, he looks more like snow than ice to me. But I guess this is his look from the Spider-Man show with Firestar. So we can complete that lineup now. And I do like the crystals he comes with. Next up, we have Wolverine, and we're going to compare him to the 2023 Marvel CMF. As you can see here, this one on the left is the one from the set. It's the exact same one that came out in the Blackbird set in January 2024. It comes with an alternate face of him smiling and another alternate face of him smiling. So, you know, Wolverine, a character known for his smile. But we also have a hairpiece included, which is really nice to see. To me, this is just not a better figure than the CMF one. The CMF one has arm printing, dual molded legs, leg printing, side leg printing, and a different facial expression that I think just works better for the character. So yeah, the CMF one is way better. So if you've got that, definitely swap it out for this one. Next up, we have Gambit, who is a lot of people's favourite from this set. For me, I do really like the torso print. I also like the leg printing. The face, I'm not too sure on. It's a bit pale because it's printed on a black head. But I do quite like the expression on there. The hair piece, though, I just don't think that is the right hair. I feel like an Exoforce sort of like spiky rubbery hair would look better. I'm not too sure on the curtains or the BTS haircut. Comes with this staff, and he also does come with this purple energy piece with these cards shooting out of it. But he is definitely a nice minifigure. I can't say that, however, about the next figure, which is Rogue. She has the complete wrong hairstyle. Her hair in the show does not look like this. This piece needs to be retired. It must be at least almost 30 years old, this hairpiece. It's just dreadful. The torso print is nice. The leg print is nice. Would have been like to get dual molded legs for the boots. But the facial expression's fine. Just that hairpiece, it just makes the figure so inaccurate. Jean Grey is a minifigure I'm really, really happy to get. She's a core X-Men character, and I think this figure looks really good. The torso printing looks amazing. The head print is actually quite good. To say it's on a navy head, it looks like they are trying to print better on dark colours. She even has a secondary face on there with just sort of more of a relaxed face. But yeah, this is one of my favourite minifigures in the set. I think it's really good. Would have been nice to get some leg printing or some dual molded legs, but it is what it is. And next up we have Bishop, who is a great minifigure. I cannot get over this one. I love the facial expression. The alternate face is really good. Comes with this gun build that you can build to give him like a blaster. Torso print is really, really detailed, nice and cool, as well as the leg printing. Even on the back, there's a nice facial expression on there, as well as some great back printing with some powers coming through his eyes. And yeah, overall a really, really solid minifigure. I think this is the best one in the set. Okay, next up we have Storm, who is a bit of a weird one for me. Obviously she came in the CMF in her white outfit with the cape, with the mohawk, and then here she's in the white outfit with long hair with a different cape. I don't know, I do like the cape print. I do like a secondary face and the sort of lightning coming out of her eyes. But comparing her to the CMF one, I just think this minifigure should have been in the black outfit that she wears at the end of the season. Give us like an updated version of that 2014 minifigure, because I think the one from the CMF is so much better with the leg printing. I even prefer the lightning bolts pieces on the CMF one. The CMF one is way, way, way better than this. Right, guys, so there you have it, the Lego Marvel X-Men X Mansion modular for 2024. Overall, I think this is a great set. I have really, really been wanting an X-Mansion for years and years and years and years. So I'm really happy that we finally have got one. Would I like it to be a bit bigger? Absolutely. Would I wish there was a lot more characters? Yes. Jubilee to me makes no sense why she's not in this show. Not in this set, sorry. She is one of the main characters of the show. So why she isn't in this, I'm not too sure. I think the Sentinel build is absolutely great. It's obviously the best one they've ever done. Would have been nice to maybe get a second one in here, perhaps. I don't know if that's asking for too much, but I think, yeah, the Sentinel build is great. It's everything that these buildable figures should be. When we look at these like buildable Green Goblin and Captain America and all that sort of stuff, like that to me is just a waste of a set when we could have been getting a Sentinel, a buildable Sentinel. Maybe then in that set you would have included Jubilee, you would have included Colossus, and then you could have, when you buy this set, a Sentinel and another Sentinel, and you get all their minifigures with it. To me, I just think that makes more sense, and it would allow people to army build the Sentinels. My biggest problem with this set is that it's modular. I don't think it should have been modular. I think this set should have absolutely been like this other set I'm going to show you. Here we have the X-Mansion, and then here we have the Home Alone house. Now, yeah, there is a big size difference here. I believe this is also cheaper than the X-Mansion. However, obviously I think this has like the Disney license and everything on it, so whatever the excuse is for that. I love the Home Alone house. It's a perfect Lego set. The X-Mansion, I think, really should have copied from this in that it's not modular. This is not a modular building. You can make it modular by like modifying it in some ways, but this is built on plates. It's not built on a base plate. Now, I think that having this built on a base plate is the right thing, because then it can connect to the other, like Avengers Tower and Daily Bugle, if you really want it to. But this isn't, and I think it stands alone a lot more. you know, did we really need all this grass? I would have brought the building straight forward. I would have made like a little gate sub-assembly, you know, to show that there is like a yard there. But that's up to you how much further or forward you want that sort of yard to be. For me, this set, you know, the way it opens up is a lot, you know, better than taking this to bits and that sort of stuff. You know, this breaks up into what, like 9 different assemblies, whereas this is all one build. You can just open it like this, and you can take the top floor off, you can take the bottom floor off to get in here. So yeah, I just think it really should have took inspiration from the Home Alone house. This set should have been the Home Alone house on like steroids. It should have been twice the size of the Home Alone house. You know, included a couple more minifigures and maybe one more Sentinel. That would have been my dream X-Men expansion. But I am happy with the set that we've got. It's just hard not to compare it to the Home Alone house. By far, in no way is this set bad. In no way is the X-Men Mansion a bad Lego set. It's easy, like I've just said, to compare it to something like the Home Alone house, but for what it is, I think it's great. I really like it, and it's something that I've been wanting for years. So I am happy with it regardless. We're going to leave it there for you. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's been a bit of a long one, but yeah, I will see you guys all in the next review, the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a follow on TikTok and on the Instagram. It will be down in the description. Cheers, guys. Thank you all very much. Take care. Bye.